Okay, welcome to this video tutorial. So today we will be working on this alligator crocodile that I've been painting or drawing, and I just have this front part done with the lizard. But today we'll be working on this tree trunk piece of wood that he's resting on, and so we'll be using Prismacolor pencils. I'll show you the pencils that I'm using. Today we have, see if the camera focuses. Maybe it won't. We have French gray. We have terracotta. We have espresso. We have dark brown, and we have the final one, dark umber. So these are the pencils we'll be using. These are all by Prismacolor, and this espresso one is one of my favorites. It's one I use a lot for darker shadows, and so we'll be getting started with it. Okay, so in the reference image, there's a shadow that goes from the foot right here, and it kind of goes at an angle up here. So I'll just shade this in. And it goes like this, and down. And I'm just getting some of the shading done to start out with. And we will add more details as we go along. So what I'm just doing in this video is giving you an idea of how I draw wood, the techniques I use, how I build the layers and add them, how I build them up. So we will do this. Kind of goes down. And what I'm doing is just adding a very light layer of this espresso pencil. Nothing too heavy, just a light layer to get started with. Something to base it in, to add a base color. Okay, so what I want to do is, I have this line right here, but it's a bit too strong. So I'm going to just lightly kind of ease it out, but very softly. So it'll be not such a hard line, and it'll be gradual. Just very lightly, kind of softly smooth it out. I'm just holding the pencil very lightly and just going back and forth, kind of easing it out. And so this is very soft. So up in here, there's a shadow up along this ridge where the body of the animal meets the wood. There's a very dark shadow. So I'll be going in with a bit of more of a force, darkening it up. It's a bit harder than before, but not too hard. Remember, I want to build up these shadows very softly, gradually build them up. And as we go along, we'll get darker and darker. And right here, and I'm holding my pencil more at an angle, holding it more from the tip to get that force in there, holding it more like that. Whereas a while ago I was holding it more softly like a brush. Now I'm holding it more like this, trying to go in, whereas a while ago I was more like that. Now it's going down. Okay, so what I've been doing is just, like I said, building up the shadows here and there, along in here. Now I'm gradually building them up here, along to the paw, whatever. But so sometimes what I do is I do little circles like this, little bitty circles to build up the shadow. And I bring it down and I do little bitty ones right around here. Just depends, you have to experiment, see what works. Okay, so now I'm going to take this French gray and just give a light dusting all around here to add and I'm holding the pencil from way back here. I'm going to go like this. Kind of just going here and there, leaving some spots with no color. Kind of using the entire side of the pencil. I want it random, and I want it to be organic. And so, like I said, I'm leaving a few areas with nothing. Those will be the highlights, areas of reflection. So those have no color on them at all. me say one thing. You can do two things. You can base I'm using a photograph to base my video off of, my picture. But what you can do is do every detail based on the photo exactly as it is. Or what I do is I do it approximate. In other words, I base this piece of wood on the photo, but I do not try to replicate every piece of grain of wood that's on the photo. I do an approximation. I try to get the idea, the essence of it. So that way I'm not killing myself over every detail. I'm just trying to get the idea of the shadows, the highlights, where they are, and kind of making up my version in its own way, you know? So that helps me not be too fussy about every detail, every little shadow. I have my own shadows that are pretty similar to what the photo is, but it's my own. So that way I'm not too stressing out over the shadow. Okay, I also decided to add this bronze, so we'll just go over and add this lightly, very lightly, to some of these areas. Just to add some color. Okay, so I'm noticing in the wood, there's a bit of a red tinge in this area down here. So I'll go and add that. Just some light lines here and there. Just strokes here and there. And I'm using the plate this time. So I'm trying to get that sharp end. Here and there, building it up, back and forth. And while we're at it, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so that you don't forget to watch every video that I post. Thanks. And leave a thumbs up if you will. And check me out on Instagram. My name is ANBC. And check me out on Instagram, Andy Sabione. Thank you. Okay, so with that out of the way, we're going to take some dark umber and go back and darken this area up a wee bit more. Very quickly, nothing to take too much time. And then we'll add some shadow down under because this piece kind of extends out over and there's a bit of a crevice. So we'll do that very quickly. Just doing whatever we want to do. And we'll add another shadow up here where it kind of has a ledge. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to do the front part and make it look more realistic and add some of the darker lines. So now we're going to go and use the point and just go kind of random again. And I want to go around this outer edge. Okay, sorry about that. Building those into more deeper shadows. More working up of those. Edge. Build a bit of a shadow in here. Okay, so to end it, we'll be adding some darker rotten spots up around here, and some more shadows here and there, and we'll be adding it with like the same dark umber I've been using. So we'll just go about making some spots here. It's kind of just here and there. Cracks in the wood. Some more down here. With the dark umber, which is, where is it? Right here. Now I'm gonna add a bit of a shadow up here. I feel like I need some more of a shadow down here. Okay, so we're almost done, but I'm noticing up here the shadow needs to be darker, so I'm going to go back with the espresso and add some darker shadow up here, and we will be done with this stump. Alright, so just to top it up, I'm going to go back with this bronze and add a bit more color, a bit more gold, kind of yellowiness to this, because it looks a bit too white. Just here and there. Yeah, that looks better. So right here. Being very random, not too exact. And we're almost done. So we're almost there. Alright, that looks better. Okay. So again, be random. Don't focus so much on the detail. Make it your own. And I think that looks pretty good. So again, sometimes you want to use the pencil from the back, like this. Other times you want to do it for like this to get more of a finer point. Also, we worked from dark, and maybe once I get the body of the alligator done, it'll be a bit more. I'll add some more shadow along in here. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet. We'll see how it pans out. But next week, I'll be working on the eye and around the eye to add some details, add the scales, shadowing in the eye, and we'll see how that goes. You guys can come back and see. Please, first of all, thank you for coming. Thank you for viewing this video and staying to the end. Don't forget to subscribe down here. Leave a like on the video and stay tuned for more. So until then, have a good day. Catch you in the next one.